This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Our World is Ended. In the last episode, we left. We found Cafe Exit before left. Talked about how we're gonna get some information on how to, just solve the mystery, and then shortly afterwards, we went back to Cafe Exit and got told everything. So at least the game's going a little bit faster now. But we got dropped a bombshell: is that we think that the cyber terrorism doing this group is at Riken North, which is where Tatiana's dad works, and she works from time to time. What's going to happen next? Is the bomb going to be dropped? Let's find out. Tatiana nods in understanding. What? Level 13's Akashic mainframe and Sakai's world program have the same base design. It makes sense considering both of them were made by Sakai. That's why the accidental involvement of the NWG results in a new world experience. I think I kind of get it, but what exactly does that, whether the NWG happens or not? I'd like to know too. I mean, it didn't happen during the virtual fireworks show on the roof. Natsumi-san seems troubled. That's only obvious, old girl. The world program is in J7 servers, not... But the Kushik's is in Labs 13, right? Their programs are physically apart, but the NW can't happen unless you connect them to the internet. And the thing that linked them was my PC. Back then, my PC was connected to both Judgement 7 server and Riken's North network, which means that... Tatiana falls silent. She suddenly grasps my hand tight. Really tight. The fact that it almost hurts makes it clear just how distressed she is. That means that... She doesn't say anything beyond that. Reggie, I'm scared. I don't want to say anything more. Tatiana. I'd like to say that she doesn't have to speak any more than that, but I can't bring myself to. Her small hand is shaking. It's probably the proof that she's fighting herself. That's why all I can really do is okay. I grasp her hand back gently, yet strongly enough to stop her shaking. If she wants courage, I'll give her mine. Her hand quickly becomes still. That means that Akashic is in Riken North. Her voice is clear and loud. Owari-san stands next to her and places his hand on her head. Tachinka's right. This seriously increases the chances of Akashic being in Riken North. But the cyber terrorism is an entirely different matter altogether. Hell, the cyber terrorism, Lab 13 and Riken North have nothing to do with us. Our goal as Judgement 7 is to unravel the mysteries of the New World. Right, Tachinka? Sakai, you're right. She smiles. Whatever your goal is, all that matters to us is that you understand it makes it easier to communicate. Take it however you want. Taguchi-san's expression becomes more amicable, but it's still stern and plenty menacing. By the way, I'm fine with unraveling the secrets of the New World, but why can't we go to the New World just because the two programs linked? Even if they have the same base design, World program is just an AR program, isn't it? Akashic, on the other hand, creates a virtual world. I don't see much compatibility between them. I know what you mean. Your World program merely augments the visual reality, while Akashic projects images directly into a visual cortex and lets you experience the virtual world. It's hard to believe the two can be linked. They have a point. I'm no expert. Even I know that seems unlikely, even though the two programs have the same base. Their purpose seems far too different. That probably has to do with the SSP job it's doing its job. SSP? Subliminal Stun Program. You know that much, Owari-kun. Taguchi-san mutters in shock. What is PSP? Well, that was a handheld console by Sony many years ago that had a decent amount of games on it, but didn't have enough backing or enough support to really go anywhere. Same with the PSP Vita. Oh, that's not what you're talking about. It's SSP. It's a security program that sends intense visual info to the brain and makes those who see it lose their consciousness. It's not ready for practical use yet, but you can use SSP on those who try to access certain networks unauthorized to stun and incapacitate them. Think of it as a visual version of a stun gun. Oh, and just so you know, I'm not the one who made something that dangerous. It's probably the people at Lab 13. I see, so the SSP is the reason why we lose consciousness during NWE. I guess Lab 13 security recognizes the World program activation as a breach and activates the SSP. But Owari, how do you even know about something like that? You didn't know about Lab 13 itself, right? Well, this is kind of crimey, but I accidentally activated it while peeking around Riken North's database. I probably could. That's not crimey, that's an actual crime. You can't do that even at Lab 13. Abi-san scolds Owari-san. Well, she's DIH, so I guess it's her job. Wari-san calms her down and continues talking. He proposes that after SSP knocks us out, Akasha makes us perceive the virtual world by sending visual info directly to our conscious brains. And he adds that our eyes don't actually see anything, but our brains believe that they do. Honestly, I can't even imagine how that's possible, but apparently that's how it works. But can we really do that without any special devices? But do you have special devices? It's your goggles. You call them New World goggles, right? NWGs, those are just AR goggles. There's a smartphone inside that acts as the monitor, but that's about... I get it. The NWG smartphone waves are converted into pulses and project the visuals directly to our brains. SSP's partial brain deactivation might make it possible to send visuals to the brain visual cortex, even when the signal output is weak as a smartphone's. And when you monitor our brain waves, all that we can do in the virtual world can theoretically be sent to us, visual via feedback. Oh, I have a question. You said you monitor our brainwaves, but how are you looking into our heads? I recall Sakai saying that the MWE have sensors that monitor brainwaves. They're not used in the in-game, but they work here. Huh. By the chance, the NWGs ended up having the capacity to send to and receive data from Akashic. And that's actually not impossible. See? Do you understand why it's hard for us not to suspect you? She looks us over. Must be pretty hard to think that this just happened just by chance. I must say that this feels a bit too smooth. It's hard to believe that so many unlikely events would happen all at once. Well, they say truth is stranger than fiction, right? I feel the same way. Sure, it's a bunch of low-chance events that actually happen one after the next, but I can't help believing that it's by design. It's almost as if Akashic itself is summoning us to the new world. Or you go to the new world. You're the one who sent it, or you're the one who's the one to go into multiple times. Awari-san looks pensive. I'm with him on that one. It seems so convenient. It looks almost intentional. Well, anyway, we now know the processes behind our trips to the new world. Okay, so 1. We equipped our NWGs and lose our sight. 2. Judgement 7 and Riken North's Lab 13's lines are connected. 3. Activating the World program activates the Akashic program, which has the same base as Mr. Wari's program. 4. Riken North Lab 13's security initiates the SSP and makes us lose our consciousness. 5. Having lost consciousness, our brain started exchanging info with Akashic, letting us experience the virtual world. And apparently the accident coinciding with those 5 conditions is the reason why we keep going to the new world Akashic. Everyone got that? I think I get it, but I feel like I don't. Everyone besides Awari-san and Tatiana seem to share my sentiment. Anyway, you connected to Akashic using a backdoor that's extremely close to the normal one, and that pretty much concludes all that we can tell you. Sorry for not talking earlier. You're civilian, so we didn't tell you anything in order to protect you. Then why did you decide to finally speak up? I mean, you didn't want us involved, right? Then the fact that you revealed all that to us seems like an expression that you now want us to be fully involved. Am I wrong to assume that? It is. Taguchi-san sighs and thinks for a moment before facing us with a serious expression. You're not wrong. We did our best to not involve you until now, but the situation has changed. As evidenced by the Men in Black attacks on Reiji, this is leaked into the real world. We want you to help us with this situation. We would like you to cooperate with us. Cooperate? Yes. Could you infiltrate Akashic again and search for Girl A? We all share glances after Taguchi-san's request. Is that the crux of why he called us here? But weren't we forbidden from trying to find her? We were. Also, if you people can't find her, why do you think we would have any luck? She has a point. I do want to find Girl A, but what's the point of even trying it? Not even DIH can do it. We've been looking for her for quite a while now, but we haven't found a single trace. If she somehow got left behind in the Akashic, she's hiding somewhere where neither we nor Lab 13 can find her. Well, that seems likely, considering the Girl A was very wary of Taguchi-san and Maabi-san. But we saw that Girl A has opened her heart to you all, thus we figured she would show herself if you enter the virtual world. Basically, he wants to use her as bait to lure her out. Not sure if I like that. That's a reasonable take on the situation. Well, we can't deny that. In fact, we have no other reason to get you involved in this. We're being honest here. Yeah, they are. Maabi doesn't try to sugarcoat it. At the very least, that makes her seem more sincere. It's better than trying to stir our sense of justice. It shows how cornered you must be feeling. Exactly. Girl X probably has some sort of relationship with Akashic in Lab 13. That means that she might have info on the cyber terror plot. That's why we want DIH to get her before they do. If you're willing to accept this role, we'll instantly let you go. It doesn't matter if we end up being unable to capture Girl A. I still want to make it very clear to the entire FC you were sincere cooperators, completely uninvolved in the terror plot. And that should make them retract their order to observe you. You won't have your privacy violated any longer. Sounds good, doesn't it? You're basically saying that we'll be locked in here if we don't cooperate, aren't you? Is that why you used Reiji to lure us in? Who knows, but I certainly won't be able to let you go right away. I'll have to prepare for an investigation. His tone is soft but menacing. Well, he is still working for that group and he has to do his job. But we won't be able to leave. Well, there's tasty curry and drinks here, so I guess I can stay for a while. Even the AC works. Ah, Kale, I'm not agreeing to stay here. We're innocent. Why would I agree to be investigated? What do we do, Sakai? I don't want to be locked in here, and we won't be able to make the game. Were your thoughts even on that to begin with? Also, I'm concerned about Girl A. Personally, I want to accept their request. Honestly, I don't fully trust Taguchi-san and Maabi-san yet, but even so, we're all still worried about Girl A. We look at each other and nod. Alright, we Judgement 7 shall cooperate with DIH. But there's a problem. How will we be able to get to the new world? You already know that we don't have the same means anymore, right? Yes, we know that you destroyed the Reichen North PC that you used to connect to Akashic. But that won't be a problem. We'll open our line for you. That should allow you to connect. We go on to talk about the details of the operation. Alright, I'll monitor the virtual world from here. Nabi-kun, you infiltrate Akashic. Understood. I'll meet up with them when I get to Akashic. From where should we take up to the new world? Go back to your office and use the same goggles you always use. So the only change here is that we'll be using the same line they are. That would make me worried about security. We'll lock the door, sure, but won't the Men in Black get in regardless? No need to worry about that. We'll position some DIH employees around the office. And if they attack anyway, I'll be the first to know and I'll instantly cut the line. Taguchi-san's size. The operation starts tomorrow at noon. It'll last 2 hours in real life. That's about 2 days in the virtual world. When the time limit comes, I'll forcibly cut the link. You definitely won't be stuck like last time. That's good to know. Done with the briefing, we exchange our contact info with them and are released as promised. Taguchi-san checks if there's anyone around the alley and opens the secret door for us. Well, it seems like things are finally picking up a bit, finally. Now I'm a bit more invested, because for a while there I was saying I was starting to kind of lose interest, but hopefully we're kind of getting, not into the end game, we're definitely getting into the meat and bones. Tomorrow at noon, huh? After leaving Cafe Exit, we are headed back to the office. Yep, I'm at my desk in the dev room, but I'm not working on anything. All I can think about is... Thing? It says thing. All I can think about is about what... Jesus. Taguchi-san and Maabi-san were DIH operatives. Akashic was made by Lab 13, a synchronization of Reichen North. You know, the thing is, I wouldn't harp on the spelling errors and stuff like that and proofreading issues if it was like any other type of game that didn't super focus on the writing aspect of it. Like, if it had been an RPG, I'd kind of, maybe not gripe too hard, but I'd point it out, be like, okay, guys, you know, 75% of the game is writing, so you have to pay attention to that. But this game's like 90% writing, you know, so you'd think that would be a high priority there. But, I mean, mistakes happen, but they're happening way too often to be coincidence. The program for Akashic is based on one made by W.O.R.L.D, and Girl A is yet to be found. All this info I got makes me feel like my head's about to burst. I look at the time of the PC, it's past 2200 hours. There's no point in overthinking these things here, so I'll just go home and rest properly for tomorrow. As I get my stuff, Unison enters the room. Huh? Where's Tanyan? Tatiana? She's not here? Did you want something from her? No, I don't. I'm a bit worried about her. What happened today? She wasn't in the lounge or the nap room. Where did she go? Hold on. I'll go down right away. I leave the dev room and hurry down. Right after entering the J7 office, you find the place where everyone places their shoes. If Tatiana's handles are here, that means she's somewhere inside. And if they're not, it means that she's out somewhere. I go to the place and look at the shoes. Follow the shoe! The shoe knows the way! Awari-san's sandals, Asana-san's sneakers, Yuna-san's loafers, Iruka-san's boots, Natsumi-san's platform shoes, and my slip-ons. Tatiana's sandals aren't here. She's gone. Reiji-kun, found Tatiana yet? I slowly shake my head. Tatiana's sandals are gone. I think she went outside. This late? Now that I think about it, she's been summoned ever since the latter half of our visit, Cafe Exit. A secret organization from Riken North, the place where Dad works as the vice president, and she herself often helps, has created a virtual world and is plotting cyber terrorism. Tatiana herself was the one who revealed that the Akashic is at Riken North. I remember how hard her hands were shaking back then, and how she gathered her courage and spoke the truth. I can't help but curse myself for calming down just because she showed a smile. I deeply regret ever taking my eyes off her. What's wrong with you two? Curious, everyone else joins in. Tatiana's gone. She probably went outside, or she probably went outside. Outside? It's 10 o'clock. She's usually asleep at this time. She is. What's she doing out there at this hour? She's feeling pretty bad. She's probably shocked that Riken North is planning cyber terrorism. Sorry, I was just so preoccupied with that stuff that I couldn't look out for her. That's my line. This was the absolute worst time to look away from her, and I did just that. Well, there's no point in regretting it. Let's just go ahead and find her as soon as possible. Sky's right. Sky's right. We shouldn't have gone too far with our little legs. We'll probably find her here in Asakusa. Alright, let's split up and look for her. We nod and head out to Asakusa. Looks like our little girl genius is in a bit of a tiff. Well, that's not the wording I would use, but I couldn't think of anything at the moment. Tatiana, where are you? Tatiana! Tatiana, stop hiding and show yourself. Make her sound like she's a villain or something like that. She's not here either. Where the hell are you? I muttered to myself. I ran all over town, but didn't find her anywhere. I called her before leaving the office, but it didn't connect. I sent a message right after, but I didn't get a response yet. The others aren't connecting me either, so they clearly haven't found her yet. She didn't get kidnapped, did she? Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Suddenly my phone rings. Huh, a note. I quickly take it out. Who? It's a number I don't know. I barely hoped that this was Tatiana, so my disappointment is great. I can't just ignore it either, so I just answer. Hello? Reiji! That voice, Tatiana! Yeah, I finally got to you. Where in the world are you? Whose is that phone? Whose is that phone? Who are you with? Wait, I can't answer if you ask me everything at once. Right, where are you right now? What is this, please? That's my question. I'm super lost right now. I don't know what this place here are called. She's lost. I hang my head, sigh, and change my question. Tatiana, what do you see around you? I see a river and the sky tree. A river? Where you can see the sky tree? Sumida River? That's probably it. I don't know where she is. I'm not all that far. So what's with the phone? It's not yours, right? I borrowed it from a couple that passed by. My own phone is not charged. Remember, your phone number was really hard. I called some strangers a whole 15 minutes, or 15 times. So you got it right on the 16th? That's actually pretty amazing, though. Yeah, with how many combinations of numbers and crap, and how most people have a really hard time remembering numbers now that our phones do it for us. So you're still with the people you borrowed the phone from? Yeah, they're nice people. They gave me a chocolate bar. A chocolate bar alone would make them seem shady, but they also gave her phones, so they're probably okay people. Alright, I'll go there right now. Don't move from there. Okay. I end the call in sigh of relief. I'm just really glad she's alright. But I can't be completely relaxed until I see her face. I gotta hurry to her. I take a step and then stop and grin at myself. Man, it's like I'm a real guardian or something. Well, like a guardian angel or something like that, or a guardian from like a Guardian of the Galaxy? That would be awesome. Look at how desperately I try to find her. Well, she's one of us, so I guess it's only obvious. I sent a message to everyone that I found Tatiana at straight to Sumida River. Oh, so she basically just got lost from Wary and all this other stuff, so phew. No creepy minivans for us. Sumida River, August 2nd, 2017, Wednesday, 11:23 p.m. It's a weekday night, so there's barely any people here. That's why... I was looking at the river. I thought that was like a monster. I was like, no, those are boats. I was like, what the hell's in the river there? That's why a group of 3 really stands out. Reiji! Upon seeing me, Tatiana beams and starts running towards me, but she trips on nothing. She probably got her feet tangled. Makes me realize once again just how useless she is when it comes to everything but programming. I sigh and walk up to her. Are you alright? It hurts. She's lying face down. I hold her hand and help her stand up. Oh, you grazed your nose. She fell on her face. Her nose is a bit red. What? My cute face is damaged. I can't be a bride anymore. Yep. Never bride. Nope. Not gonna happen. Hey, don't touch it. It's just a scratch. It'll heal. As I pacify Tatiana, we're joined by the couple that was with her until now. They look like normies, just about as old as me. They probably ran into Tatiana while dating here or something. Sorry for the trouble. It's fine. I'm glad you came. Are you Tatiana's chance attendant? It looks like how Tatiana introduced me to them. I'd say there's no other way to do it. Looks like that's how Tatiana introduced me to them. I'd say there are other ways to do but all. Okay. Or it's probably supposed to be to do it, but all's well that ends well, so I don't mind. There's another mark for you, game. According to the normie couple, they found Tatiana sitting on the ground while walking around here. She seems lost, so we thought of handling her over to the police, but she said you quickly she contacted you, so I got my phone. I see, thank you for everything. I'm humbled by their consideration, but it seems like they're just glad that Tatiana and I are back together. Let's go then. Let's go then. Yeah, bye. Bye, Tanya-chan. Don't get too far away from him. Bye. The normies wave and leave. I'm glad people like them were the ones who happened to pass by Tatiana. It makes me feel like there's still good in the world. When the couple are gone from sight, I face Tatiana again. Let's go back. Everyone's worried. I wanted to scold her for walking around so late. I mean, what should she have done if the wrong people took her away? But this is all partially my responsibility for not being considered of her unease, so I can do nothing but actually act the way I usually do. I hold her hand and try to walk, but she shakes her head. I can't go back. If I do, I'll have to go to the new world again, and I don't want to go there. She hangs her head. Tatiana, you know that working north is where my papa works as vice president. Yeah, some of the other people who work there are very nice to me too. I don't want to suspect them of something evil, but Riken North might have something to do with the Akashic. She said herself that that might be the case. It's basically the equivalent of accusing the institution she lives at and with her own father. That fact is hurting her a lot. How much is it hurting us? Will we be able to go to the NWG? Can we convince Tatiana to come with us, even though she's not really that integral to it? I mean, she could just program her away from afar. But anyway, find out next time in the next episode of Our World Is Ended. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.